Okay, so what happened a couple weeks ago, I'm not going to name any names, but there's maybe it was about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that, watching a game, and there's a fight. After the fight, there was guy went by the bench and did some taunting. Okay, I don't want to. I'm not going to say who, what, where, because whatever. So on the team that he was taunting, like he got, so this guy got the better of the fight, like he won the fight. Was taunting the team, and the tough guy on the team he was taunting was out. So he was saying some stuff, and he knew doing this. He knew it was coming next game, right when the guy was back. So these guys played a couple days, last weekend I think it was, and they met at center ice and they went at it, and one guy KO'd him. Looked like a KO. I think it was a KO. And then he kind of taunted, made a gesture and all these kind of things. And, you know, a lot of people wouldn't think much of that. It's like,
sorry, I want to just clarify it.
Yeah.
So the guy a couple weeks ago was taunting the bench. Tough guy from that team came back and knocked out the guy that was taunting their bench.
So player A,
yeah, right,
fought team B.
Yeah,
he won the fight. He went by the bench and gave them, told them how tough he is and stuff, which is fine. People do that. Player B, team B, didn't have their toughest guy in. So as he was taunting, he knows what's coming next. He did it on purpose, obviously.
He knows when that player's back, he's going to have to answer.
He knows. He knows. It's not like he was surprised.
Yeah.
So they play last weekend and fight at center ice, and player B KOs player A.
Yeah.
So player B now does a taunting thing at center ice, whatever. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's that. That's my story.
Right.
Okay, done. No. So my story. So really funny thing is it was 2 weeks ago. I was talking to Charlie, my kid, and I said, "Hey, dude," I said, "I'm really proud of you for, when you score, when you have a hit, and when you do things, you do it old school. Like you celebrate, like, hands up, whatever. But there's not a lot of yapping and not a lot of talking, not a lot of gesturing, because I told him, I said, and I hope that you do this forever. I said, if you get in a fight and you knock someone out, skate away like you've done it before. When you score a goal, skate away like you've done it. Like celebrate, but do it like you've done it before. Because if you don't, you're just you're putting a target on your back, right? And for some people, that's maybe what they want to do. But I'd never seen it really turn out for the better. And he goes, "Yeah, I know, Dad." So funny enough, it's amazing how the timing works out. It was like a day later or 2 days later, because I explained that the A fight to B fight, and I said, like, you don't want to do that stuff. You got a target on your back, and usually bad things happen. And going to center ice and dropping the mitts and having the big song and dance. It's not a hockey play, and I like hockey fights a lot, but it's not a hockey play. And it's like I noticed that over a lot of time that it's not the best way to do things, because it never, like, not never, but a lot of the times it turns out ugly.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I was talking to Charlie. He goes, "Yeah, I know." So then, ironically enough, the next day or the couple days later,
really, eh?
Okay, yeah. So it happens, and the guy that was taunting gets KO'd at center ice. Was it worth it? Right? You go about your business quietly, and if it happens, it happens. And the big show at center ice. So to add to that, player A or player B now that did the taunting on the KO got suspended, and it doesn't say what he's suspended for, but I'm assuming that it says indefinitely, but I'm assuming it's for the taunt.
Probably.
So my point is that when you do this stuff, I don't think it ever comes back in a positive way.
Right.
Because you know what I mean? If you go under the radar and just do your job, you things work out. When you have to bring it on, right? And I get the emotions and stuff like that. Like, I get it, 100%. I get it. But then the thing is that there's always someone else.
Mm-hmm.
There's always someone else. You're never just the toughest guy.
Yeah.
Or you're never just the best. You have to. You got to just quietly work at your craft. And to me, it's one of those things where I'm like, I just saw karma coming back, and I don't even know what karma is. I don't believe in it necessarily, but it's a bitch.
Well, there's two parts of that for me that just come to mind quick. One is, if you're the guy that's always taunting, then not only is there a target on your back, but people want to see you get yours.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Which is, I don't really know. I don't even really know what my point is in bringing that up, but it's just a fact that you want to be a guy that people want to have around. And when you're the guy that's the showboat, taunting, whatever, some people might like it, but for a lot of people, it rubs people the wrong way, man.
Yeah.
Even if I'm watching a football game, guy goes in and scores a touchdown and does his little song and dance at the end, I'm like,
just do a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm like, fig off, man. Like that's I don't like it. Some guys, some people like it. Some people it gets them into the game when there's a big dog and pony show.
Maybe
But
it's for some people.
But to me, it's just as a player, not as a fan, is how we're talking about this. As a fan, like when there's the dog and pony show, sometimes it's you like watching that or whatever. But to me, as a player, you never want to be the guy that other people want to get to get fed a little bit, and that's not what you want to be. It's not a good setup for yourself because, like you said, then there's the target on your back. I think of a guy that's coming to mind right now is like Sean Avery. Yeah. When he was doing all his stupid shit. Yeah. Everyone just wants to see this guy get mashed. Yeah. Or the guy that's known for cheap shotting people or whatever. Like people just want to see you get whacked. Yeah. And guys on your team know it too.
Well, the other thing is you got to remember that when you do this stuff like this, you could be putting your team at risk.
Right.
Like I'm not even saying fighting. Say a goal. And you go like, I had one of my guys that I trained score his first OHL goal last week, and his celebration was like, I was like, oh, dude, I want to call him, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I just say, stop it.
Yeah.
You scored a goal, man. Like, act like you've done it before. But anyways, even when you score a goal and you do the extreme celly, or you whatever dramatic way you do things, you're also putting your team at risk. So if you're taunting someone else, you might be the toughest guy in the league, but you got 17, 18 other guys that are on the bench that someone could take liberties with them. So it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to work out well for me.
Well, it elevates the temperature.
I'm old school too,
but I'm all for that. But it elevates the temperature of the game when maybe it doesn't need to be. Yeah. Because that's when guys start to run around and guys start to get hurt. And you think, especially in junior hockey, OHL, it's a bunch of teenagers. Like everyone is very hormonal and impulsive. Yeah. And that's why you see I remember one of the guys I used to play with, he played for London, I think, in the OHL.
Right.
And he gave a guy a two-hand in the face. And for me, I don't know what would have to happen to me to make me feel like doing that. But these are things that happen in the game. Or it was like that the same guy we're talking about, he got suspended earlier in the season for doing something, taking a run at a guy or whatever. Yeah. And it just happens. So you're elevating the temperature maybe unnecessarily. And even if, like you said, if you can answer the call, maybe somebody else on your team can't. And when there's guys running around, it just can get dangerous. And then the other side I was going to bring up is another guy I was thinking of. I'm all over the map.
It's okay.
But it was George St. Pierre as a fighter. Yeah. He was one of those guys, just quiet, take care of his business. Yeah. Lead ups to the fight, wouldn't trash talk.
Wouldn't buy into it.
Nothing. So even when he would be on the losing end or on the receiving end for a round, or if he lost a fight or whatever, which I think only happened once.
It only happened once or twice, yeah.
But everyone wants to see that comeback now. Yeah. Everyone's picking you up.
Can't hate them.
No, but everybody's picking you up, right? So in the moment where you have, because everybody's going to get theirs, man. Whether you're someone taunting or not, everyone's going to have a bad play, get beat up, get hurt. Something's going to happen, and you want to have the boys around you to pick you up when you get in that situation. Yeah. And if you're always acting like a dink, then you're not going to have that kind of support around you. So you have to be aware of that definitely when you're thinking about getting into that kind of situation. You're going to go by the bench or something like. Yeah. I don't know. That's not. It wouldn't be my style, but.
Yeah, I know. I that's how I feel about it. But I was just telling Charlie, like when we talk about stuff like that. Yeah. Like, try to make him pretty good mentally and all that stuff, and that's why.
Yeah. It's interesting how that happened right after you had the talk too, though.
Well, I could kind of see it. I know. I've been through this many times. You know what's going to happen, right? Yeah. But it's like it's unnecessary unless you're choosing to create that. That's a different story, but. Anyways, that's that.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that. That's good.
I just don't like the taunting and stuff. It's just like, just go about your business. And I know everyone's looking for media and everyone wants attention and all that stuff, but I just find quiet and steady gets it done.